The first week of Battlefield 6 has been filled with some absolutely crazy moments that players have been able to pull off, and in this video, we're going to be checking them all out. Starting off with Osiris, who ejects out of his jet, is dropping down to help his teammates at sea, and somehow lands on another enemy jet. Takes out the pilot, is about to jump to safety and goes, wait a second, I could just rob their jet. That might be one of the craziest things that I've ever seen, and throughout this video, moments are just going to get crazy and you're going to learn a ton of things that you may want to try and pull off yourself, like this from Feels Good Man on Operation Firestorm. Now, if there are a load of enemies camping at the top of that tower, sniper rifles, you can actually drop to the bottom of the tower and there is a button that you can push, which is the valve purge, right? And that, right, as we're about to see, will take out every single player who is sat camping at the top with a burning flame, not getting you the kills for some reason. I feel like you should be awarded with the kills for doing that. Next, we're on board with Nova, who jumps out of his car after getting shot at by a tank. And if you've been playing as infantry in Battlefield 6 this week, you'll know this feeling. You'll see a tank and you'll be like, it's over. There's nothing I can do if you're not an engineer. Instead, Nova gets his recon drone out, sticks a bunch of C4, flies it over to this unsuspecting tank, and just takes it down. And I think that's one of the things that I've absolutely loved, is seeing so many inventive ways of taking players out or doing things. And there is also one other thing, right? When you get killed by a tank and you're expecting your teammates to help, and for some reason, they're just drawing on the wall. Not helping at all. Not thinking about trying to res, just drawing. And now, yeah. And if you're losing for some reason in Battlefield 6, the odds are your teammates may be doing exactly this. But if you haven't, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Another thing to do as well, if you're in a recon drone, and one of the things, it's probably one of my favorite things, is you can actually, like Panzerlicious is right here, detonate mines that players have put around. So you can get a bunch of free kills on enemy teams, because people just throwing these everywhere, not thinking about them, and then just getting destroyed by a recon drone. It's absolutely insane. And this might be one of my favorite clips from Suck Actual. It feels like a movie. Takes out a chopper with the RPG, which, let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments. They need a slight little nerf to the RPG because they reload so quickly and do so much damage. He then kind of runs in, DMRs a guy off a turret, switches to his Magnum, takes out another player, and then finishes it off with an assassination, and then does what every good Battlefield teammate does and gets a res on his squad mate. I actually love this from Heartman as well. He's just flying his chopper, sees the other one, goes, you know what? Just take you down. And somehow, right, takes that chopper out, but keeps his standing. I have no idea how he does that. It's like a 360 barrel roll and survives and flies off into the distance. Next, this is some incredible tracking from Sour Reply, right? Fires a missile and just follows a jet. Can you just imagine being this pilot going like, surely, I'd have started doing like some dives or something. Well, if I could fly. Next, we've got from Nina, one of the, well, actually, the longest snipe I think I've seen so far, 1,052 meters. It's absolutely incredible. I think we're going to start seeing, when the Battle Royale drops, some incredible ones. Snow Stake, though, just threw a grenade and got like 6 kills just from one frag. My frags don't do anything, but love when that happens. This is also a huge tip, right? This is the first, when I've seen this clip, it made me think so much about how I've been playing Assault wrong, because most people have been using the Assault ladder just to kind of climb buildings and get into top of roofs and stuff like this. But this is genius from Walleye Guy, right? He uses it just to get a different peak angle on different corners, and also around the map as well. There are so many like firing positions that people are not taking advantage of, just like this one. You would not expect to look here if you're playing as infantry, especially if they come from Call of Duty. This is not something that you would expect to look at. It was absolutely insane. Also, if someone can DM me and tell me how this guy dies here, it looks like he cuts his own head off, right? I will give you a Battlefield 6 code. I actually love this as well. Lagging for days, right? Trying to be a good teammate, gets under his tank and just bang. Slapped under the map. Trying to be a good teammate, trying to keep his tank in the game, and he's just floating. Honestly, I think he's still floating down there. I don't know what. Also, defibs. This might be one of the greatest clips for a support. He doesn't need a gun. He gets one. Master charges him up. I thought you just had to get headshots for these, but this is absolutely insane. He gets 2. He gets 3. Right? He gets 4. He's just taking people out left, right, and center. Just taking them down with the defibs, running around, sliding. Like, if this is me, I've been blown up by about 6 grenades, hit with an RPG, and just shot in the face 100 times. But somehow, Pimple survived that long. Was absolutely insane. I love seeing stuff like this. But this might be the greatest clip of all time. Right? It's never been done again. Fatal Crave. Bang. No scope. We have to look at this again. He's just like, you know, just going along, happy, enjoying his day, sees a jet, right? And he goes, you know what? Screw it. Why not? I reckon you could do that 1,000,000 times, and that is never, ever happening again. Like, just the odds. He sees a tracking, the guy's like rotating away. The fact it's not even a headshot. The guy is weak from the fight with the jet, and he picks up. You can see from his reaction, he's like, wait. He's even got motion blur turned on. It was absolutely incredible. Well done. Hades with a very, very nice RPG shot. Getting taken out Manhattan Bridge. Chopper's flying over. Boom. Takes out the building. One of the most cinematic games. And like I said earlier, one of the reasons why I'm so excited for the Battle Royale, because I think we're going to get some of the most incredible moments ever. And like I said, we saw a clip like this earlier. If you don't have any gunners, don't worry about it. You can still take out other choppers and survive yourself. Just fly into them. They don't see it coming, and he doesn't even get the kills. It all looks singing. Also, this is the most random room. Maybe the worst architect of all time, but there's just a random game room in one of the buildings. Bit random, but I love it. Next, we have one of the greatest saves for Mozart, right? He gets to a chopper, jumps out because he wants to land, and his chopper just comes back for him. And with 0.2 seconds on the clock, he gets back in. Next, we're on with Spact, and I would like to ask anyone if you can tell me what happens here, but he runs into smoke after getting those 2 kills, trying to take someone down, and just gets sledgehammered by the Incredible Hulk into the next postcode. Just went flying. Like, some of the physics in this game, and like you'll see it in this video a little bit later, I don't quite understand. Also, I do not. Like, honestly, Ash just turns a jet into a boat. He's just somehow flying around and then just is in the water. I'd expect it to explode, and it just keeps on going. Here, you can just see he's like, please, please. Manages to get out and just fly away. It's sort of the thing that would happen to me. I'm a terrible pilot. I will get better. It will be a matter of time. This might also be one of the greatest heists of the century. He's a poultry leg. He's in his Jeep, he sees a tank, and he's like, you know what, right, I've got nothing to lose. Screw it, I'll go for it. Like, starts messing with him. He's like, gets behind him, and the tank's like, all right, I'm going to take you down. Misses his first shot, gets in front, climbs on top, right, he's like, you know what, I'm just going to take you out of the engineer tool. And it's where the mistake happened. He got out, he just got out of the tank, right, and he then gets into the car, and poultry leg is just the best heist of all time. Like, absolutely robbed. Next, dead. Once again, I love seeing these. Never get bored. Clean RPG shot to take out a jet. Beautiful. I'm also incredibly jealous, right, of good pilots in Battlefield 6. Like, every time I watch it, I've spent hours this week watching people like Silk fly around in a jet, then hop on myself and think I can do it, and get clips like this. So he gets a nice little double kill on that, but then takes out what seems to be the entire enemy team in a single bomb. Like, how many is this? Like, he gets like 8 kills, right, in a single strafe. Insane. Also, if you want to help your teammates who are in choppers and you don't want to sit in the side gun, you can actually climb on top of it, and you can be a chopper's own personal anti-air. To sit on top, get your RPG out. When you see an enemy chopper or a jet coming by, just take him out. And like I said, RPGs are very overpowered, and you will have a great time. I've actually done this with the Tactical Brit a couple times, and it is amazing. Just being on Manhattan Bridge, being in the chopper, if you're in the gunner as well, if you're not a good pilot, you rack up so many kills taking people off that B rooftop. It's like a movie every single time. That people have kind of figured out how good RPGs are. And this guy, camping in a corner, he was going to grenade him, and then he was like, you know what, actually, let me whip out the sledgehammer, which people are not using enough, and get his dog tags. You would never have seen that coming. It was absolutely incredible. And this is why I talked about physics earlier, right? Look at this. He's just been yeeted into the sky 500 miles, and I think he gets excited. He's like, what in the world has just happened? And Bacon Gamer is like, I'm just going to go for their home base. Goes to G, sees a load of people, and is like, you know what? Screw it, I'll go for F. And based on this clip ending, I feel like he didn't last very long, but still very, very cool nonetheless. This is also genius, okay, right? If you want to take out a vehicle, you don't have enough explosives to do so, right? Just get a little mine, right? Sneak up behind, have a teammate with you, climb somehow. If I don't know why he just doesn't keep on driving, climb on the top, right? And just hit it with your sledgehammer. Like I said, sledgehammer over team sledgehammer over team knife any day of the week. And yeah, I've been seeing a lot of people do this with mines. This is also genius because this is a big brain play, right? Tank, mine's behind him. What? Right? Let me bait it. What's the person going to do? What's the tank going to do? I want to kill you. Let me reverse so I can get a shot. Boom. It's absolutely genius from Omar. Very, very well done. And talking about good snipes from earlier, this is the longest snipe without using a rangefinder, right? Uses a scope, marks him, 860 odd meters. That was so clean. Amazing. And talking of clean, C4 on the top front of a quad bike, throws it into one player, blows up the tank, then awkwardly misses the no scope, but finish it off with a nice little takedown. If it wasn't for the no scope miss, that would have been a 10 out of 10 clip, but still very, very nice. Next, sometimes you may go for reses on your teammates, and other times they may just annoy you, and you might want to do this. Just throw them away. Throw them away. Useless. Probably drawing on that wall again. All right, our next clip is, oh yeah, this is enough. Just another example. Everyone's just getting thrown into the air like Superman, but Max doesn't take full advantage of this moment. He just lands back down with his teammates. He could have gone straight for like B flag or gone and got E, but no, he's like, you know what? No, I want to be in my squad. And then finally, we have this clip with the recon drone. This was so fun. This is Stone Mountains posted this. And they were just all like Tomo, Stone, just standing on top. You could hit it with your sledgehammer and it would just take you into the sky. People getting incredible clips all week, just like sniping people from across the map. But there are so many amazing moments in Battlefield 6. If you have any, please go ahead, share them down in the comments. Would love to hear from them. There's going to be loads more of these. So subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow for more Battlefield 6. Thanks for watching. Bye.